All right, guys, so there has been a lot of yapping regarding James Gunn's upcoming Superman reboot, and I figured I would go over some of it. As of right now, the initial box office projections are for Superman to make $154 million to $175 million in its opening weekend. Now, I do believe that they mean like domestic opening weekend and not worldwide, because generally speaking, when you're talking about its 3-day opening weekend, they're always just talking about domestic because it's kind of pointless to analyze worldwide opening weekends because different movies open in different markets. So this just it doesn't make sense to compare those. It's not until you talk about overall just how much money in general it made do you then take all of those other revenues into account. Anyways, that's boring and nobody cares about that. So people are like, you have a bunch of like James Gunn mega fans that are sucking up, globbing up on that James Gunn cock, going, just guzzling buckets and buckets of his cum. Uh, what is the matter with me? They're going like, see, take that, guys. This movie's gonna be amazing and awesome, and it's gonna make all of the money in the world. Take that, Snyder Bros. But the reality is that I just wouldn't get too excited about this just yet, because if people will remember, and I will bring this up right now, The Flash was initially, like, the initial box office projections was for it to make $115 to $140 million domestically on its opening weekend. How much did it ended up making? $55 million. Because the reality is that initial box office projections, like, you just can't put too much stock into them, right? Like, and like before you go crazy and start going like, haha, see, these box office analysts and the people that make these projections, they don't know what they're talking about. Just to be clear, as we got closer to the release date, the box office projections started falling, right? By the time it was ready to open up, The Flash was projected to make $70 million. Still fell below even those projections, but still, just to be clear, it's not like box office analysts are just completely incompetent or whatever. At the end of the day, you're making predictions. You're not always going to hit the nail on the head. So, do I personally think that Superman will make $154 to $175 million? Personally, no. Actually, let me go through some of their reasoning because it is actually pretty valid. I would say the main thing that they're using here is, so it says, in December, the first full trailer became the most viewed in Warner Brothers and DC history with a reported 250 million plus views. I mean, that's kind of a big deal, right?